Yo, what's up YouTube, it's YT. Back at it again with another video. Listen, the job reports have dropped. It's not so many jobs out there like they planned for, like they said there was, like they anticipated, like they expected. And we already know nobody really getting hired right now. Nobody really getting a call back. We hearing that people been unemployed for years. Some people been unemployed for 2 years. Other people 3, 4, 5 months, Other people put in hundreds to thousands of applications and still nothing. I'm saying that to say this is the economy. From the outside looking in, you could get a glimpse of how it is by listening to everybody talk about it that's going through it, even if you're not going through it, right? But listen, I need everybody to thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out to new viewers. If you are brand new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you can be notified exactly when I post. Feel free to drop a comment at any time. Let's get into this video.
The job market in 2024 is literally terrible. Companies are downsizing and laying people off left and right. I keep seeing video after video of people saying that they're unemployed and they can't find a job. And I really only have 2 suggestions for people who are struggling right now. If you're already in a job and you're stable, just stay. Don't go out looking for another job, because if you're already stable, why risk it with another company that could lay you off at any time? But for the people that don't have a job right now, stop spending hours on LinkedIn and all these other websites like Indeed trying to find jobs right now when they're not even hiring. And instead, put that time into learning a new high-value skill. People will literally spend hours on the internet trying to find a job and waiting for an email back from companies when you could be spending that time learning a new skill. There are tons of high-value skills, just look them up. Once you decide what you want to do, start the business as soon as possible. Figure out the right way to market it, and then figure everything else out as you go. This is literally the only way you're going to set yourself free. Or you could just keep going to your 9 to 5 and making somebody else rich.
When I tell you there are like no jobs out there right now, like literally none. Let me give you some background. I swam for 10 years straight. I taught swimming, all this other stuff. I applied to be a swim instructor / swim coach and a whole bunch of other jobs. I had an interview, everything. They said I wasn't qualified. I said, what? College graduate, bachelor's in supply chain. Like, I am qualified. I am more than qualified, okay? I will be the best worker you ever had, okay? Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. I was literally wrongfully terminated 2 weeks after I moved to Colorado. Am I still upset about it? Just a smidge. However, I need to find a source of income. Ain't nobody out here trying to do some strange for a piece of change. I'm not trying to hit the pole. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm not trying to do none of that. None of it. I would love a boring 9 to 5 that will pay me enough to afford my bills. That's all I want right now. That's all I want. But for that to be the case, I need like a full-time position. Low-key, I need to work 8 hours for 5 days straight. Okay? And a lot of places out here not hiring for that. So, yeah. It's just pain. Pain. Not to even mention my birthday coming up. Look, I can't cry on the internet. I gotta go.
So between the migrants and AI and automation, it seems like that's where all the jobs are going. So right now they just got to kind of stall. Ghost jobs are being posted. That's an example. Remember I told y'all was going to start seeing more and more YouTubers. Haven't you seen more YouTubers since I said that? Over the last few months, haven't you seen more people pop up being YouTubers? Talking about how they just lost their job, how they're no longer a corporate employee, how the tech industry laid them off, or they hate their job and need to leave, or they're on the verge of losing their job. Get resourceful, y'all. Use y'all talents, use y'all gifts. If you got a job, stay at it unless you got another plan. That's all I can tell you, because it's real hard out here. Jobs are scarce. The numbers aren't accurate. They're not really hiring for real. And companies are downsizing and laying off by the thousands. This is not going to end well, y'all. This is the beginning of something big, right? The beginning of the collapse. And us headed to the next depression.
The job market in 2024 is absolutely brutal. I've been in the recruitment space for coming up to a decade, and I've never seen job seekers struggle as much as they are right now on the job market. So if you are out there and you're struggling, I just want you to know this one thing. You are not alone. I am talking to hundreds of people who are having to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs just to hear back from a couple of companies. Once they hear back from companies, they're then having to go through a really long process. I'm talking 4, 5, 6, even 7 or 8 rounds of interviews. And then in between these rounds of interviews, they're having to wait weeks, even months, to hear back from recruiters and hiring managers. And then the worst part of it all, if they get to offer stage, if they're lucky enough to get to the offer stage, they're usually getting an offer that's a lot lower than what they originally discussed in the salary conversation. So if you yourself are going through a tough job search, or you know someone that's going through a tough job search, please share this video with them so they know that they are not alone. It's a really tough employer job market right now, and employers are being extremely picky, and they know that it's a tough job market for candidates, so they're putting them through more hoops than we've seen in the last decade.
Do we actually think that a September hiring surge is going to happen this year? And is it something you should rely on in your job search? Well, let's take a look at what some of the numbers tell us. Quick context, September surge is this idea that in September, there's usually a boom in hiring activity, open jobs for 3 reasons. First, obviously, is September's over. People are back from vacation. Kids go back to school. People are focusing in on work again, which may come with hiring and recruiting for new roles. Second is that many companies have budgets that they want to make use of before their fiscal year ends, or companies have fiscal years that start in October, like a lot of governmental agencies, and they've got new roles opening up as a result. And the third, of course, is that there's a big push to fill any existing open roles before things slow down again for the holidays. There are a few problems we might face, however, in September of our favorite year on record, 2024. First being that there are just still not a lot of jobs. In August, 142,000 new jobs were added, which fell short of expectations of around 160,000. This was higher than July's 114,000, but as you can see, the worst August job growth since 2017. The other big factor is that there's this overabundance of caution in the economy right now. It's an election year. The political landscape is very uncertain, and as a result, consumers and businesses are not wanting to make big financial decisions or any sort of risky decisions until things are a bit steadier, which could mean holding on making big headcount investments. And the unemployment rate is still high. Though it's dropped from 4.3 to 4.2%, there's still a lot of experienced talent on the market actively looking for jobs. And with more people on the search for a fewer number of jobs, there's just more competition, and employers have room to be a lot more selective with who they hire. We're not going to know how this will go until the numbers play out, but I expect there to be some kind of September surge in hiring activity for the reasons mentioned before, people getting back to work and opening new jobs. But job seekers are going to face the same constraints that they've faced all year. This isn't going to crack the market open and be this free flow of hiring. So if you are looking for a job this September, here are a couple pieces of advice. In this market, fit is everything. There are so many candidates competing for a small number of jobs, so your resume and your job application is your one chance to make it crystal fucking clear why you have the experience that the employer wants to hire for. Delete the fluff, do your research beforehand, make sure every single resume bullet point adds to this storyline of how you are exactly what they want. And networking can be an amazing way to get your foot in the door when the market is so competitive. This could be as small as reaching out to the hiring manager or recruiter after you apply. It could be networking with professionals at companies you're interested in. And it should definitely be getting involved with communities in your professional industry and letting everybody know you're looking and what you're looking for.
This is how I know that the job market is so tough out there for people, is that I have been talking to candidates on the phone, an interview, and then when I go to contact them again, their phone is turned off. And then when I send them an email, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, my phone's off right now. Here's another phone number, you can contact me. People are struggling to the point where they can't pay their phone bills, which means they can't get contacted for jobs.
See, when you ever heard of it being that bad? This is an actual issue now. This is an actual issue. These jobs better quit playing and hit some of these people up in a timely manner. These people can't keep waiting around. People trying to work, they need employment. Go ahead and put them in that position. Go ahead and hire them. Go ahead and get them working for y'all.
Next month will be officially 1 year since I have been unemployed and got laid off from my agency job. I've networked with barely anybody responding back to me. I've interviewed, got to multiple last rounds. Always got the same feedback that they went with somebody with more experience, but I was a great candidate. I've applied to over 1,000 jobs. I've applied to even low-paying jobs. I've applied to internships. I don't know what else to do. I ask questions at the end of the interview. I get to know them. Like, I don't know what else they want from me.
18 months ago today, I was laid off my $200,000 a year job as a product enablement manager at PayPal. And I can't hold you, for the past
6 months, it's been a little demoralizing trying to get a job again. But there are a couple things that I feel like are helping me right now increase my interview response rate, and I do feel like I'm getting closer to the offer stage. And hopefully, one of the jobs I recently interviewed for will actually turn into an offer. One, I am hitting up everyone I used to work with. Old bosses, old colleagues, pretty much letting everyone know what I'm looking for and how they can help me. The second thing is I really realized I had to get better at telling my story, right? When you've been out of the job market for a long time, sometimes you don't realize that you're a little rusty when it comes to explaining yourself. So I've been practicing, but also just recording myself when I interview so I can improve for the future. And the third thing is also diversifying where I apply, not just relying on LinkedIn to apply. I hope this helps though.
So yesterday's rant brought me some new friends, and I just wanted to say hi. It's time to talk about something new because at this point I am just irritated. Why does unemployment take so long? They don't understand that people need money to pay for their things. Like, I have bills. I don't have anybody to fall back on. Finding a job is also not easy. I'm like literally about to look out of state. The other thing about trying to find a job is like, I don't want to just find a job. Like, I want to make sure that whatever I do, I'm happy with. And I don't want to end up somewhere where I'm working with someone who is very condescending. I really need unemployment to get their ish together and to help me out because, like, I'm struggling. Trust me when I say, like, I've been super patient. Like, you guys don't understand my whole unemployment story. I've been so patient, but it's just stressful when your pockets are running low. Like, I mean low. Please. Unemployment. Just come through for me. Please. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Bye.
I just hope everybody see what's coming. And I say this quite a lot. I've been preparing people for this moment since 2017. So the fact we're living through this, I mean, it's not a surprise to me. But it seems to be a surprise to the world. So now people are scrambling. They trying to figure out what to do, right? Right now, it's time to learn about the fourth industrial revolution, because that's what we're headed towards. It's time to learn about Web3 in the digital world, because that's what we're headed towards. Everything going digital, including your dollar. Mic drop. I'm going to leave that there. Y'all do the research, because this is what's really going on, right? It's almost 2025. We got 5 more years until the beginning of the agenda, the 2030 agenda, where there will be a one world currency, one world religion, everybody using their own digital dollar, their own CBDC, digital IDs. With that said, I appreciate y'all watching to the end of the video, man. A lot of people know what I'm talking about, but a lot of more people might not. So if you want to stay educated on what's going on so you can be ahead of what's going on and what's coming, then smash that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all watching. This YT. Peace. Shalom.